Greetings, welcome. An honor to be able to share with the executives of the World Model Kids Contest, a contest that has impacted countries all over the world seeking and discovering those baby and child models. And today we want to know, right, what is World Model Kids? Where does all this dynamic come from, right? And so many questions that parents have with this important competition that increasingly, well, the interest of parents and relatives grows in enrolling their children to participate as little models in one of these seasons. To tell you that we are in the Dominican Republic, La Altagracia Province, city of Higüey. Roxana, David, it's an honor to be with you. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Let's begin. What is World Model Kids?
Well, look, to explain to you maybe a little bit the context a little more broadly so you understand everything. Actually, we started with the modeling agency Lima Teens here in Lima, Peru. Lima is the capital of Peru.
Okay.
So, we started back in I'd say 2002. It's been about 23 years more or less. That was with Lima Teens. After a few years,
In what year did you start?
2000 to 23 years ago.
Wow.
Yes. Lima Teens is a very well-known agency here in Peru. Well, and here we have a modeling school, right? Lima Teens. And what happened is that the mothers of the same students also asked us about an agency for little models for children.
And I honestly, at the beginning, was reluctant to do it because I thought I wouldn't have patience with the children.
So, for a while I avoided it, but then what happened is that we opened in 2008 and the agency was called Lima Kid. Lima from Lima, Peru, and kid as in child. And well, we had a magazine, a Lima Kid, which was our means to promote our work, no? We selected the child who would be on the cover through a casting, a traditional casting. Then we made a call, interviewed the children, did photo sessions with them, and the child who did the best was the one who appeared on the cover. Put later the parents, if there was a more democratic way, let's say, for their little ones to have the opportunity to be on the cover. So there, thinking, we came up with the idea of holding a contest. And this contest, well, over the years it changed and we added different stages. And then in 2020, the pandemic arrived. So with the pandemic, we were left with the studio already closed, the photo studio, and we had no way to move forward, which is what happened to many people. So then it occurred to us, embark on this adventure to try it internationally, virtually, since there was nothing to lose. And we started testing it with Latin America, and we were surprised by the reception it received, no? So from the year 2021 onwards, we have opened borders, first in Latin America, and since last year, we have already expanded to the whole world and to a lot of languages. So that's why just a week ago, Rosa has been going to record with the child winner of the last season in Bangladesh.
Yes.
That is a complete adventure for us. Based on the demand and suggestions from parents, we are branching out World Model Kids.
Now it is no longer Lima Kids, but it is called World Model Kids, the contest, which makes a better description of where we are going.
And we are branching out and transforming into an international family magazine, a family magazine that covers various important articles about development, parenting, and family life in general. And we are giving more and more weight to the magazine and always coming up with creative ways to reward the winning children each season.
What? How many stages does this contest have per year?
Well, there are 4 seasons, meaning we release 4 editions of the magazine per year.
Okay.
That is the contest period to appear in each of the magazines in 3 months. And the contest itself for each of the seasons has 4 steps. The first step is to get 10 votes. 10 votes to be able to, let's say, enter what is the national phase. Then the second step is the national phase, where they compete against models from their own country.
This is similar to a World Cup. It's more or less like a soccer World Cup, something like that. Then they qualify for the national phase. From there is when they move on.
In the national phase, they have to get 60 votes or more and be within the top half of the votes.
I've seen that people always exceed 100 and something, and they get excited, really, and it's always much more than 60 according to the tracking I've been doing.
That's correct. That's correct. Yes, yes, yes. I think that's the enthusiasm of the lovely moms that really are them. The moms are wonderful. I really love that target audience. The moms are super sweet. They are super enthusiastic. So it's true what you say. They usually exceed 60 votes because I think they tell a lot of people, which is fine.
Yes, yes.
It's fine. And from there, well, and they have to also, there are 2 conditions: get more than 60 votes, but also be in the top half of the votes.
The first 10 most voted.
No, have.
Half.
I mean, for example, if in the countries group there are 100 models, the 50 models, which is half of the 100, move on to the international phase.
Oh, what? Okay.
More than 60 votes.
Of course.
I mean, those are the 2 conditions they must meet.
Excellent. That's right, the national part. And then what follows?
Then comes the international phase, which is more interesting, where you start competing against children from all the countries in the world. And
Yes.
you don't know who you will face because the system draws at the moment. At the moment the phase begins, it makes a random selection in the group you get. With the children, you get. So though there is for example, someone from the Dominican Republic can compete with someone from China, with someone from Ukraine. It's very exciting because in addition, what I've seen is that the moms become friends on social media to share and support each other with the votes. But it's very interesting because they also become friends in different languages. And so that really catches my attention, but I find it very nice. And then where in the international phase, you have to be among the 10 most voted in your group.
Okay.
So to all the children who are among the 10 most voted in their group move on to the final.
And the final is more complex because in the final, basically, those competing are the most popular models of the season.
So you divide the international part, you divide it from what I saw by group. I saw group 1 to 10, I think.
To 10. Yes, correct. They're 10.
According to the number of children you have,
That's how you make the division.
Correct.
Correct. It is, yes, exactly. Sometimes there can be 7 groups, 8 groups, but generally they all fit within 10. The system also defines how many groups will there be when that international phase begins.
To say take advantage, right? Because we have to make the most of all the opportunities, which is the stage my little Elias is in right now. Here in Altagracia, Dominican Republic, we are very excited and hope with the help of God and all our friends and followers that we will achieve that first season in 2026 in the name of Jesus.
Oh, how cute. How nice to know. I just joined, let's say, the interview. So Rosa is the one who knows more, but I love it.
Yes, I have been very close with Rosa. I appreciate that she is always attentive to all the parents who have many concerns, right? And interested in knowing both those who are participating and those who want to join this beautiful experience. Something we would like to share and that people ask a lot about: the voting process. How is it done? Why is it so difficult? Many people tell me, Karia, but why is it so complicated to vote? You get many ads, you encounter many situations. What is the dynamic you use?
Right, very good. The question, well, the ads are because part of the economic support of the business.
Yes, of course.
It relies on the ads, and so it's a thing because
It's just that sometimes this comes out a bit chaotic, a bit disorganized. I mean, we would love for there to be not a single ad and for the page to look neat, right? But well, otherwise we couldn't cover the costs of keeping the contest running.
Active, that's right.
now the voting issue, yes, it gets more complicated each time. In fact, in the final, it's even more complicated. So, why? Because the system seeks some form of voter authentication verification to validate the vote. So sometimes there are people who try to vote using bots, for example, or some trick to add more votes. So as the phases progress, the contest becomes more rigorous in that aspect. And of course, in that sense, sometimes it happens that, as you say, many moms say, why is it so complicated, right?
So let's see, we would like it to be easier. If there were an easier way to identify the voter, it would be incredible. But as a result of all the experiences we have had over the years, we have been creating a system that tries to find the way to qualify the votes in the fairest way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you vote?
Okay, perfect. And I can give you some tips so that they see.
Yes, of course, of course.
Well, to vote initially, the first thing the mom should do is share the profile of her participant so people can know who it is. Then she has to share it on her social networks with her contacts, and people enter and go to the vote button. It is important to clarify that sometimes the mom tries to vote many times, or her contacts try to vote many times, and the system will not allow it. So also sometimes when I test the profiles of the children, they ask me about to see if everything is okay. I see that it is fine. It's just that if they try to vote more than once,
It is not allowed.
the system does not allow it. That is the reason. So the first trick is you have to try to run some kind of campaign of outreach. And we have some experiences here that have truly surprised us a lot. For example, let me tell you, once a lot of people started coming in with a girl who won in Paraguay last year, and we didn't understand how, but we checked the profile of the voters, and they were, let's say, real votes.
Okay, and what happened? They got on television, and then on television they did that talk, and it was like a tsunami of votes. Then, for example, another thing that happened to us, and we didn't know why there were so many votes in such a short time. It was I think it was in Colombia or in Ecuador.
No, Cuba.
In Cuba?
Yes, in Cuba.
He called all the people from the town to a square, and in the square,
Wow.
he took out his cell phone and gave the instructions, and everyone started voting there. That's another experience. Another one we've had was giving people the idea to take advantage, right? And keep those tips for when they enroll their little ones.
That's right. I hope this interview serves exactly for that.
Yes.
I have seen moms who, for example, have run campaigns going out to the street to hand out flyers. That has surprised us too. Or, for example, the last one, the girl from 2 seasons ago, the one from Ecuador, because the father also gathered all his military friends, and in there are the videos of him presenting before the sergeants and the officers.
It was difficult for someone to vote for his little daughter. It was, let's say, a very tender situation, right? He was a military father, but for his little daughter, he was melting so she could win.
Yes, that's right.
Well, it's important to tell our television viewers, right, who are tuning in at this moment, that we are talking with the executives of Imma Kid, the children's contest, the World Model Kids Baby Contest, which has, well, different seasons in which you can participate. Oh, how do we register our children in this contest that is capturing the world's attention? It's very easy. You just need to go to the World Model Kid website, which is www.worldmodelkid.com. And then at the top, it says in big letters, participate here. So click there, and then you have to fill in the details of your little ones, like name, last name, age, parent's cell phone number, country, and then follow the steps. Following the steps also means adding a photo of the little one, and that's it. Registration is super easy. There are several registration methods. You can register them via Gmail, WhatsApp, Facebook, all our social media. You can register them there. So you just have to follow the steps. But be careful. It's very important when you register them, you will automatically receive a code so that in case the session on the World Model Kid website closes, you can log in with that code. It is very important to keep that code because most parents overlook that code. It is very important in case later on you might want to change the profile picture of the little one, or perhaps the mom has changed her cell phone number, which has happened several times. So that can help you. Interesting. And the ages at which children can participate?
Children from all over the world, from all continents, can participate, literally from newborns up to 10 years old. That's it, 10 years.
Why the age of 10 years? Why the limit? Very good question. Well, actually, this comes first because they are children, right? And second, because it comes from further back. When we had 2 contests in parallel, we had the Lima Kids contest and the Lima Teens contest. So Lima Teens, as I told you, was is our agency in Peru. We had a contest that went from 11 years and up. So we had divided the contest, and it stayed at 10 years. We might extend it a little. It's something that we are going to evaluate, but until now, according to the rules, it's up to 10. Now you can be 10 years old at the time of registration, right? Yes, I pass that weeks of the contest go by, you turn 11, there's no problem.
No problem. Excellent.
Well, the
People, well, always have a lot of fear with this series of links on social media due to the hundreds of scams, well, that we experience constantly. The exhortation you give to the public when they see these Lima kids links in their countries, in their cities.
Oh, I thank you very, very much for the question, because yes, we are trying to give a strong fight to that communicative part. For example, Rosa's presence within World Model Kit has been extremely positive because it has given it a face. We were very much into a lot of software and a lot of automation, but we realized that in this case, and also with justification, the parents obviously have a lot of caution, a lot of care, and also a lot of fear. So today they have told us, and I think sometimes they also tell us everything. And here with Rose, sometimes we complain.
They are a bit more limited.
Well, that's how social media is, and you have to accept it. It's normal.
Yes.
On the contrary, it is like a challenge for us to improve communication and the image, to try to be as transparent and open as possible, so that they understand that in the case of World Model Kids, we are a big family. We are a very large and beautiful family, with you, with the moms, with the dads, with your children. That's why if you go to our Instagram or our TikTok, you will see that now there are also a lot of dads and moms, because it's nice. It's the family atmosphere is very lovely. So we try to cultivate that essence within the contest. Yeah, so it doesn't look cold, but rather warmer and more homely.
Exactly. As David was also saying, I mean, this contest is not just, well, participate, vote, vote, vote. No, because we have also heard comments from the parents. I mean, we know that sometimes the family is not in the same country, for example, right? I am from Peru, but most of my family is in Colombia, in Venezuela. And this contest unites families, unites friends, and also creates new connections, like moms who become friends with other moms and support other moms or the family, as we have met several families from Venezuela who are spread across various countries.
And many Venezuelans, there is a huge impact there, which is what we want to achieve here in the Dominican Republic.
And the truth is that Venezuelan parents are very united, because imagine they are suddenly living in Spain, but they are also being supported from their country. So that is
Wow.
the magic of this contest. It unites families. It unites people so that they bring out the best in them. Because thanks to this contest, they come together again. They start to talk again. They bring out the positive in each one.
Which countries are the last 5, just to mention them if you have them in mind, Rosa? Does the last 5 countries that have won, or the last 4?
Let's see. Angola has won. Now Bangladesh has won, which is our first time, the first winner from Asia.
When does it come out? I'm dying for it to come out.
Already very soon. I mean, the magazine is already out. Very soon, the little video will be released that you will love about the whole adventure we had there in Bangladesh. Believe me that.
Hey, but it was a tough journey. There was even talk of a storm and everything. I said, poor Rosa. Rosa.
Imagine what we went through there with Juan, who is also part of the team. We truly had incredible adventures in Bangladesh. We said, wow, it's Bangladesh, it's Asia. Where is World Model Kit taking us? And we told David, where are you sending us? But no, fortunately, I mean, Nabu's family, super hospitable. We are very grateful to them, as thanks to them, we had an incredible experience. Nabu is a truly amazing child with his charisma, his playfulness, and also the family is very lovely. The culture, really, we were very surprised by the culture there because it is different from that of Latin America.
Well, and the truth is that we had a very different.
Yes, very different.
Yes, we loved it so much. Believe me, meeting new people, new countries, and again, grateful to you because thanks to you we can live this incredible experience. Thanks to you that we can fulfill the dreams of the little ones because believe me, Nabu was super excited to meet us, to give him the magazine. The parents were very happy that their little one. Wow. He has been meant is the face of a magazine worldwide and the most viral one too because he is known not only here in Latin America, but also in Europe, in Africa, in Asia, in Oceania, all over the world.
That's where I was going. What importance does it have, PST? What benefit does a child gain, not only from participating, but from winning first place, which is the plus like the one who is given? 10 are featured, as I understand, in the magazine, but the first place is the one highlighted. You go to that country. How do you manage all that dynamic, and what are the real benefits of having first place in the world?
Very good question. Of course, what we do here is allow parents to have their own decision about that dream that many have of their child being on a cover worldwide. Before it was nationwide because we started in Peru. And honestly, I tell you, I didn't think that beyond Latin America, the contest could be understood. I was surprised to see people, as I tell you, from Ukraine, from Angola, from countries that I thought really maybe because of culture and language.
From India.
They might not give it much importance, but yes. So what has happened that this contest that aimed to have your little one appear on a magazine cover first nationally is now growing. The magazine is gaining more importance, no? Because also I tell you that just now I was looking and I can search it on Google. World Model Kid is roughly ranked among the 50,000 to 30,000 most viewed websites in the world, more or less. It varies around there. So, more and more people are getting involved. The magazine is gaining much more relevance, especially on a global level, because we are recently translating the magazine into 5 or 6 languages, including, for example, Italian, Arabic, Hindi, English, of course, Portuguese, French, Spanish.
The Spanish.
Of origin.
That let's say, first of all, now the other thing that has also surprised us is that we are starting to travel to the winner's country. Now we always have to evaluate this because it depends on the budget we have when we produce, and sometimes if the production is very large or very complex, we don't have that budget. But now, for example, with Bangladesh, we have made a great leap. In Latin America, because we are precisely in the region, it is more convenient for us to travel. So the first time Rosa and Enrique, who is the other cameraman, traveled, I think it was to Bolivia last year. Then they went to Ecuador, and then we went to Bangladesh. I think they are the first countries we have traveled to. Because what is indeed in the within the deal, within the price, is the photo session. So when we organize the photo session, we do it with everything we've got. Sometimes our parents are surprised because, of course, their little child might be tiny, might be months old, might be 1 year, might be 2 or 5 years old, but we do a production as if they were professional models.
Wow. Just like Miss Peru, exactly like that. The production is top notch, really.
Like Miss Peru, something like that. We hired the best photographers from the city of the winning child, and we put together a great production. So it leaves a beautiful experience for the parents. Above all, it is an enormous pride. And another thing that has happened to us and that I found very curious is that the children also gain great notoriety in Angola, for example. Something that impressed Rosa, as expressed Rosa and me, is that we ended up appearing on Angolan television because due to the voting, due to the same enthusiasm of the contest, the girl became so well known that they ended up calling her to a television set to introduce herself, give her name, and be interviewed. And I think we have posted that interview. I believe it's on the Facebook of World Model Kid.
But go do it in the Dominican Republic, where you will become even more famous.
Look, we would love to. Let's see who it will be. For example, there's a season coming in November. Let's see who the winning child is from which country. In your case, I think, according to what you've told us, it would be for February.
The first season, yes, the first season, 2026.
2020. Look, the Dominican Republic is one of the strongest countries in terms of participation. The strongest, I would say, is Cuba. Look, Cuba is a country with beautiful people. Cubans are the most grateful people there are. It's incredible.
Wow.
How lovely they are, the grateful ones. The people from the Dominican Republic are extremely enthusiastic and grasp the idea very quickly. That's what I've noticed. The Dominican Republic, Colombia, and Venezuela grasp the idea very quickly. Maybe it takes European countries a little longer. For example, Switzerland, Germany, which I think are a bit colder, take a little longer to grasp what it's all about, right? But the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Colombia, and Cuba, they grasp it very well. So let's see, right?
Let's see where the contest takes us. Not everyone can be the cover child because there are only 4 per year.
It's let's say a very exclusive space. It's very exclusive and well, actually, as I tell the parents, it also depends on the effort and enthusiasm that
From each family, exactly. And also to emphasize one thing, I mean, several parents have asked us, in my child who ranked first, can they participate again? No, to give other little ones a chance. But suddenly, if your little one ranked from 2nd to 10th place, they can participate again. For example, we had our winner from Argentina. She participated 3 times, and on the 3rd try, she became the cover winner of the magazine.
So,
Wow.
You 3 times they've participated, and on the 3rd, which was the charm, they finally won. So parents can re-enroll their little ones, but only if they rank from position number 2 to 10. But if they rank in position number 1, they can no longer participate.
excellent. How much time is there between seasons? For example, when the international one ends, how many days do they give you to start the world one?
Very well. Listen, this interview is excellent. I tell you, it's very good. Since each lesson lasts 3 months, then when you start, it depends on when you start competing to know how long it will take for you to face the final stage. Because, for example, if someone started participating in August, they might have already qualified for the February final, but they have had to wait much longer than maybe someone who is just registering today and will go through the first 3 phases until the international one in the coming weeks.
So this is relative, but that is a very good question because sometimes
When would the world competition of the first season of 2026 start then?
February 5th, there are 4.
Voting begins. And how much time do you allow for voting in that last season?
we are regulating it. Before, for example, it lasted about 20 days, but then we realized
The final was already defined. People knew who the winner was. There wasn't much more competition. So we reduced it to 10 days, and I am considering whether we might reduce it by a couple more days this season. I don't know, or leave it as is. It's a matter of analyzing the response from the audience.
How have people been responding in the international? Excellent. Well, to wrap up, right, since time is short on this platform, I want to thank you for your willingness to answer so many questions, which I know many people will daily ask through social media, and ask me as well, as a mother involved in this process. Many people are excited, enthusiastic, while others, well, one or two might discourage you. Well, they encourage you and say, why? Why? It doesn't matter. You'll see, Posi. Others tell you how difficult it is to vote, but support from people is always received. And we have all the desire, the enthusiasm to seek the votes and do the marketing, the necessary campaign, so that the Dominican Republic, we don't focus on our small part, but that the Dominican Republic province of Altagracia wins the first season of Walmart's Kiss of 2026. To ask you all for a final message to all parents, especially from the Dominican Republic, but also from around the world, right? To take part in this contest that remains active all year.
Well, first, thank you very much for the interview. We try to be as transparent as possible and improve communication to reach a lot of people. And of course, on our side, we can make great efforts, but if you, the moms, do these kinds of interviews with us, it helps because it makes it look more real, more organic, so that allows also to increase trust in the contest. And I would tell them that, wow, it would be spectacular if someone from the Dominican Republic wins. We would be like thrilled to go there. It would be, wow, extremely exciting. And there they would have to invite us to the most delicious dishes, the dishes more.
Oh, yes, of course.
We would love that, right? No, it would be very, very, very nice. And well, it's an experience that gives the opportunity to know the most beautiful things each country has.
That's right.
Their culture, their people, their languages, their spaces, their history. So we are taking advantage of this. When I talk with Rosa, with Juan, with Enrique, with the team, I always say to them, where else will this adventure take us? Because it is truly an adventure and we are all learning along the way. We see Aiello was learning. Oh, no, it's not that we already know everything. It's an experience. It's something that doesn't exist. So we are doing it and at the same time exploring it to get to know it just like you.
Invite all the parents to join this incredible contest because they will have the best experience in the world, truly. And again, thank all the parents for participating because thanks to you, we grow, become more known, and we grow. We grow as a team, we grow as a company, and truly we are super happy. And well, as David says, we hope that next year, maybe the next winner will be a Latino from the Dominican Republic.
Right?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for everything. Any
Blessings.
questions and any questions, if you suddenly have any doubts, please write to us on all our social media. And I will be there responding as quickly
Excellent.
as I can because believe me, so many messages come in that I have to personalize each response, like you, right? Like I have even called you to clarify some doubts. I called the parents to clear up their doubts because there are some parents who are confused and we need to be patient. And we love our work. We love attending to the parents, and above all, we love the children because they are the most wonderful thing there is.
Those are just a few chapters. We have 30 seconds left. It's gonna cut off the...
Alrighty, see you then.
Until next time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The most